Yes, you good people, right there. Welcome to another edition of Finger Tapping Frenzy that we all know and love. It's WWE SuperCard with me, Big Jim, flying solo. Flying so low that I'm on my own. Now, today, a few things to get through. We've got a Survivor Fusion to pick up from the Fusion Chamber. Long John Silver and the Pirates have been keeping a hold of my latest Fusion card. So you've got to have a look at that. And that'll happen very shortly because I've had to pre-record that bit. Secondly, we're going to go back in time. Back in time, about a day and a half, for another thing which was a King of the Ring. It was a King of the Ring win. So have I got a WrestleMania Event Pro, not an Event Pro, a normal Pro. I'm just desperate for a Pro, any Pro, but just WrestleMania Pro. Desperate for that Pro. So we'll see whether that happened. Then we're going to come back to where I am right now in the present day, this moment in time, this very second, this very minute, this very hour, this very day, so I can do a little bit of Money in the Bank, which is something I'm concentrating on more than anything else in WWE SuperCard right now. So firstly, just have a look over my shoulder a bit. What you will see is what I've got for my Survivor Fusion card from the Fusion Chamber, along John Silver and the Pirates. If you remember, I had, which you probably won't, because it's hard enough for me to remember, let alone you, when you don't even know what my deck is. I had a Randy Orton to start off with, an RKO, Randall Keith Orton, to begin with. My second Survivor Fusion was Kevin Owens, a big KO, slightly shorter than an RKO. So this time round, the one card that would be useful, that I can actually use when it comes to King of the Ring and anything else, would be that Vincenzo McMahon. So could I get Vincenzo McMahon? Well, what I got, from what you can see, is Charlotte. So I've got a Charlotte, which I won't use, and actually the picture's not that great either, to be honest, but I've stuck it on my Survivor Pro Charlotte for now, just because it's a bit different. Just freshens the place up a bit, doesn't it? Gives a bit of a fresh look. So I've done that for the time being, but now the big question is WrestleMania, King of the Ring. I've got to win. So what have I done to get the win, having missed out in the last few weeks? And secondly, what did I get? Well, let's go and see what Big Jim has got up to. This is not particularly something I wanted to do with my King of the Ring, but I basically had to dumb down my deck. I was getting so sick of getting knocked out in the semi-finals, trying to use my best deck possible, and a lot of it was just on random procking. So what I've done this time is I've dumbed down my deck. There's no other way for it. That's what many people do, and so I thought, good for the goose, good for the gander. Come on, Big Jim, you've got to play the game the same as everyone else. So that's what I tried to do, and it's got me the win. It's got me the win that I've not had for a good few weeks now. I'm a desperate push. Thanks to Scotty for, after he lost the first leg, saying he wasn't going to energise, which is the way you should do things. There's no point fighting over that extra Survivor card. So he stepped aside to let me get the Survivor card for what it's worth. I would just have a look back through, sorry, I've gone on to the wrong section here. Trying to do too many things at once as usual. Just go back and have a look who was involved in the knockout rounds. You see Daft 718 had won the league stage. Anyway, I think the important thing here is we're going to get a pro. Just desperate for a pro. Desperate for a pro. It's not going to happen for me, is it? Now, Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of the best cards going. King Barrett can just do whatever he likes, really. He's not going to do an awful lot for me. Stone Cold, one of the best cards going. Not a pro, yet again. Losing count of how many singles I've got. Let's just have a quick look. See through... what we've got here, as you can see, my Roman Reigns, hoping to add that second Roman Reigns from the day. I mean, just look at all these singles. It just goes on and on and on. There's Stone Cold tucked in at the end. Oh, well, there we have it. It's another single. It's a good single. It's a strong single. But it's a single all the same. So now let's go back to me a bit later. Well, now. So there you have it. It's not a pro. Desperately wanted a pro. It's not a pro, but it is a good card. It's just, how many more weeks of this game have we got to go until we get a refresh for Season 3? Say they refresh around back end of August, maybe start of September, could even be middle of August. It was kind of middle of August last year. So maybe got, what, 2 more months? How many more WrestleMania cards am I going to get between now and the end of Season 2? How many more chances have I got of getting another Pro? I just haven't had a Pro for 6 weeks, 7 weeks now. And whereas at the beginning, I was getting quite a successful run, and I was competing quite well in my King of the Rings, firstly without getting a Diva Pro. I've got 2 Divas, one of which came from a team event. I'm lagging behind on the Diva front, and on the Pro front, I'm not competitive. I'm not competitive, which is why I've had to go for the dumbing down of the deck routine. So as you can see, there's Stone Cold in place. I haven't even fully powered him up yet, to be honest. And again, I'm not going to go through all the individual cards, but they're just stacking up there. So this guy, is the important guy right now, because I believe he should be fully powered up now. If he's not, must be darn close. Look at that, that's typical, isn't it? Charisma 27, just about everything else he's done. Well, in fact, there's just speed to be done as well. So he's almost done. And I'm now powering on, trying to get a second. Let's have a little look at King of the Ring, shall we? Little look at King of the Ring. So what are we in here? 25. So we're in match 25. So 24 matches so far. In second place. Not powering up an awful lot, I have to say. If we have a look at my deck, I manage superstars. As you can see, I've got an all-common tag team for the gents there. I've got a Survivor Pro in with my Dean Ambrose WrestleMania Pro. And again in the Divas, there's a WrestleMania single. And then Summer Rae, please go away. Hey, we don't want to see your face round here today. Summer Rae, bless her, filling out a gap. So it's not strong in terms of the doubles. Although the Dean Ambrose and Rock double is competitive, it's the singles there. I've got the event singles that are there to do the damage, and obviously a decent, strong Survivor Diva. But it's been enough to get me that win that you've just seen, and I'm going along quite comfortably here in second place with 20 odd matches to go. 20 odd matches to go. So anyway, Money in the Bank. Let's go back to where I was. Look, 4,277 of our finest coinages as I'm trying to get these contracts built up to get the camcord message. Look, Biggie Dude live. Unfortunately, Biggie Dude won't be live by the time you get to see this video, but they should keep a record of his camcord video ready for you to see. So if you want to go and see Biggie Dude on camcord, log on to camcord now, and there should be a recording of whatever he was doing right now. So all the supercarders must be connecting through the airwaves, because he's doing supercard for you guys. Well, I'm doing supercard for you guys. It's a bit spooky in some kind of supercardy spooky kind of way. Right, let's have a look. I've got 2, 3 WrestleMania cards here. That's quite nice, and WrestleMania Pros, that is. So just chisel our way up through the first 2 rows. Now, people have been asking me what sort of glitch is it that I'm exploiting to try and get extra bouts, or what am I doing to get extra bouts? Well, the first thing is I'm logging on constantly, and you will find that you're getting refreshed every hour. So if you're just doing that alone, gives you the chance to get in and play quite a few bouts. So that's there's no trick there. It's just logging in as regularly as possible. But there is something that I've found, and it may work for you guys, it may not, and it may only work for people on iPhone and on iPad. But one thing I have found is if I swap quite a bit between my iPad, which is what I'm using here right now, and my iPhone, once that I've used up the bouts on one of the devices, it's the iPhone that just seems to kick in and give me some extra bouts. So when we finish playing here, what I will do is obviously have a look and see if there's any free bouts. And if not, what I will do is I then swap to my iPhone, and then I tend to find, if not immediately, if you just keep refreshing, it will start to give you some additional free bouts. Now that's just something I found. It doesn't work the other way. It doesn't work going from iPhone to iPad. It just seems to work for me to go from my iPad to my iPhone. So if you've got those devices and that's what you play on, then give it a go. I have found if I'm just playing on my iPad, my iPhone's charging up somewhere or whatever, then he said randomly pointing to nothing in particular, then I don't get that many free refreshes on my iPad alone. So if I was just playing on iPad, like Ninja Boy, he obviously doesn't have a phone, he's just got his iPad, I might struggle to get these free bouts. So I can see why some of you are saying that you find it tough trying to get the free bounce. I'm afraid that's the way it goes. I can't help you with that. I can't afford to buy you an iPhone, much as I'd love to buy everyone an iPhone, so we can all keep in touch and play on the same devices and everything. So, whether you'll be able to borrow a relative's, your mum's or your dad's or something, and log in as yourself, and try it that way, it's a possibility. Anyway, here we go. That's going to be a win. Win number 1. And the idea here is naturally to go for another Roman Reigns first, try and get him pro'd, and then get the 2 Seth Rollins cards as well. The reason why I chose Roman first is simply because of his directional arrow. I've got blue right arrows coming out of my ears, and that's what Seth is. But what I definitely do need is some of this Roman action, because I've got, apart from the event card that I've got that's the down yellow arrow, there's Rusev and not Dean, it's Mr. Neville. I believe it's Mr. Neville who's a down arrow as well. So it'll just help boost my combinations for not just for exhibition, but of course King of the Ring, if I want to just be going in fully powered in King of the Ring. Right, let's pick up on match number 2. I don't know if you've found any difficulty in playing Money in the Bank. I do find sometimes it manages to ignore all 6 WrestleMania pros that I've got and give me just Survivor pros, which obviously makes winning my particular rank impossible, because the top 2 tiers are always WrestleMania cards. But again, here I'm fine. Look, I've got 3 on the end. I've got 4 here, in fact, so this should be a fairly comfortable stroll as well. So just pick out the win at the bottom. I do appreciate, by the way, the comments from those of you who have been going back through some of their videos. And I've looked at the videos where I've explained how I've set up for a particular King of the Ring, or ring domination as well. There's quite a few comments in the last few days. I don't know if YouTube seems to have opened up our back catalogue to a few more people. But quite a few comments in the last few days of people saying how useful they found it. And I'm glad about that, because sometimes this can come across as we're all going a bit whiz-bang, particularly when I've got Ninja Boy here and we're rattling through Malo Ninja Boy or whatever. And we don't do too much explanation, because of course we've been playing the game for a couple of years. Whereas when we're in the lower tiers building up, like the start of Season 2, when we're building up, those of you who are new to the game and just starting up, you find those videos more useful, because you're seeing how we're putting things together and how we're trying to get up through the tiers. Once you're on the top tier, it really is just a case of chiseling away, trying to do your best. And it you do get so used to just tapping through things that you don't really stop to explain things to people. And of course you assume that people have that knowledge. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you're still fairly new to the game, or if you're working your way up through the tiers and there's a particular angle that you want me to cover, I don't mind devoting an episode of WWE SuperCard to how I would tackle a certain thing, or indeed how I got through a certain thing. The one thing I would say there is, I'm not the world's expert. You know, we just do what we do. We've played the game for some time. We've learned by some mistakes. We've picked up some useful tips along the way from some of the other YouTubers, as well as just through playing the games ourselves. So we've got a bit of experience behind us. That's a sure thing. So more than happy to devote an episode to something. Even PCC, which I have to say is just a personal hate of mine, because this game right now takes so much of your time. And PCC was always... Oh, police helicopter ahead. They're on to me. I might have to run away any minute. The PCC, just, you need 4 days of devotion to the game. You have to, everything else has to go on hold. And unless you're prepared to do that, you're not going to get the big rewards. So, it's a bit easier at the start when a season starts, because not so many people are playing the game. It's easier to rack up the points. When you get to this stage, where a season's been going for 8-9 months, then it's a struggle. You've got a lot of competition. Right, what have I got here? What have I got here? What have I got here? A couple of WrestleManias, so I might need to double up on some survivors in the what would be the quarter-final stage. So let's just get ourselves up there first. It's very easy when you're watching TV at the same time, or listening to some rocking music, or whatever it is you like to do while you're playing SuperCard, or watching these videos, of course, to tap the wrong thing. Just got to pay attention. I've learned through experience as well, making videos for you guys, I'm just going to have to dumb down there. For you guys that sometimes I just need to pause, just that extra second, just to see what it is that I'm doing, because I've very quickly skipped past things in the past when I'm doing videos for you guys and messing myself up for a couple of hours. So I'm not going quiet, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. I can hear Ninja Boy in the background. Ninja Boy was offered the chance to appear. Now I'm lucky there, because I normally get 3 WrestleMania cards that I'm up against, but thankfully there was a survivor there, so that should mean this is a fairly comfortable passage through, and it is. He was offered the chance to be in the SuperCard video. Indeed, I did lay down the gauntlet for Mano Ninja Boyo. Bearing in mind I'm on a hot winning streak at the moment, but he declined, because he's playing Walking Dead at the moment. I don't know if you play Walking Dead Road to Glory. We have actually played that for good 5 or 6 weeks now, and fairly well advanced. Already in quite an active faction. We're warring quite a bit. Haven't made any videos on it yet though. I might be tempted, but there's a few games where we've done a few videos like Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, a case in point, and also Marvel Contest of Champions, where we've done a few videos in the past, but we've not really carried it on because, as you all well know with these games, now Sula, I haven't got a freebie there. As you all well know with these games, you have to put the time in. And if you can't put the time in, then you're not going to advance very far. And if you've got 7 or 8 games that all expect you to put the time in, well, you're pretty much onto a loser. What I'm going to just quickly do... I was going to say something really stupid then. I was going to quickly try on my phone to see if I could get a free bout and just show you that it is possible. I have one big flaw with that plan, is the thing that I'm pointing at right now is my phone, because I'm filming this on my iPhone. So my phone's there, so I can't do that, which is a shame. What I can do though is just show you Road to Glory is not going very far, very fast. I was going to say very soon, or at all. Just not bothering with it at the moment. Again, sort of looking up, Kevin Owens is not a pro for me. Dean Ambrose I didn't get last time round in Ringdom. That was because we had a busy weekend, and so I'm just not bothering. I'm not bothering. It's Saturday evening now. We've had a lot on. I mean, thank you to those of you who spotted rather healthier glow than normal. And the answer to have we been down to the beach is yes, actually. We have been down to the beach. We've been to Broadstairs, which is in Kent, which is on the east coast of England, with Ninja Boy's school. And I was there too, as was his mum. So that's why. A slightly healthier look than the pasty-faced, pale-faced British people that you normally see staring at you with these SuperCard videos. And look, that's it for today. It's just a quick update to show you Charlotte as my Survivor Fusion card. A very quick hello to Long John Silver and the Pirates there in the Fusion Chamber. So, cheers Long John. The WrestleMania pull that I got, which was Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is again another single, but to show you that I've got my King of the Ring wins back in sequence and doing okay in this one this time around. And Money in the Bank. That is what's gaining my interest, because you know the effort you put in is going to get rewarded with WrestleMania cards to start off with, and WrestleMania cards that you can pro. I sincerely hope that Money in the Bank is a big part of their plans for Season 3, and I do still strongly believe we will get a Season 3 some stage during the summer, August, September time. Don't know for sure, but that would be my feeling, because I think we've kind of reached where we can. What I would dearly hope though is when we get to these top tiers, they don't release 60 odd cards at once. Do it in stages, because if there was some way you could influence what you're selecting, i.e. you could choose what you wanted, fine, you could choose cards to make pros and everyone's on a level playing field. But when, like I've discovered these last 6-7 weeks, you're just not getting the pros and you start to lag behind, and it's not through your own fault, you're not doing anything wrong, it's simply you're not picking pros out of random wins from King of the Ring and what have you. That's not fair. That's not fair. Now, I could make a whole other video about how I'm not happy with games at the moment and the amount of money they're charging, like Walking Dead that Ninja Boy's playing. This one of the packs there is about 40 or 50 quid to get coins just to try and boost your squad. Now, as you know, we're not strong believers in paying coins in these games. It happens now and again. We'll maybe do it as a reward for a man, a Ninja Boyo or something. But you can very, very quickly spend an awful lot of money without realising on these games. And there's people who can't afford it, who get tempted, and it's almost as bad as gambling. See, look, I've started to rant. I'll stop ranting. Because you might have just spent some money on some credits. You might be enjoying yourselves. Don't want to ruin your evening. Hope I haven't ruined your evening. If you like the video, please bang a like down below. If you want to see more, please subscribe on YouTube. We're on Twitter at BadLadDad, as you probably imagine, and Facebook and Instagram. Picture of us on the beach in Broadstairs, enjoying ourselves, gaining this pink tan. So if you want to see some of that, you know where to go on social media. If you want to see more of this, as I say, subscribe down below, and we shall see you real soon. And until we do, you good people out there, you stay as cool as you really are.